gentlemen, the following contest is a final matchup for the Match Madness Tournament, and it is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. Your official for this bout, Isaac Hayes. Introducing first, standing in the corner to my right, he hails from Arkham, Massachusetts, standing 6 feet tall at 222 pounds, Simon Gotch! And his opponent, standing in the corner to my left, he hails from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 84 kilos, Tiger style, Lee Moriarty!
This is it. This is for all the marbles. The finals of Match Madness right before your eyes. Jake Black with your boy KG. Man, what a night, Jake.
Oh, yeah. We've been waiting for this all month long. Lee Moriarty, Simon Gotch. The winner becomes the first champion here on Match Madness.
32 wrestlers in 31 days, and it's all led to this. There's been so much drama, there's been a lot of violence, and there's been a ton of great wrestling along the way. And if you've enjoyed even a second of it, it's not too late to join the Patreon for daily wrestling.
Yeah, Moriarty, Simon Gotch, both great mat technicians, both know a lot of submission holds, but they go about it in a very different way. Simon Gotch, he's more of like a kind of like angry, stoic kind of like submission specialist. Lee Moriarty, he brings more of a sportsmanship to his style, and that's why these two are different. But right now they're just grinding their foreheads together, trying to get the advantage in this Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
And that's the thing, Moriarty, as you said, is they're both incredible wrestlers, but Gotch, I feel, is dedicated to pain, dedicated to hurting. And as you eloquently noted, Moriarty is more about the art form and, practicing the art form within the confines of the rules. Gotch wants to hurt immediately and often.
Yeah, victory is over Matt Vandegrift, Jack Cartwheel, Hammerstone, and a very awkward situation with EC3 brought Moriarty to the finals here against Simon Gotch.
Talk about uncomfortable. That whole, I don't know what EC3 is all about these days. It's hard to understand the man based on his actions and or his lack of words. But what has spoken volumes to me is the ascent of Lee Moriarty through this entire daily wrestling tournament. As you noted, those victories he had were incredible victories. Here we go. Oh, only a one. Those victories were incredible victories, and I'm sure his mentor, Alex Shelley, is watching on proudly from home.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've talked about it throughout this tournament, the influences on Simon Gotch throughout his career, and how those kind of influences will turn you into the man he is today. Alex Shelley, a little bit different. He's put some positivity in the life of Lee Moriarty, made him believe in himself that he can achieve anything. And now is the night for Moriarty to prove that he can achieve anything and put down Simon Grimm, who has been an absolute killer throughout this tournament.
Without a doubt. Is Tiger style Lee Moriarty, who's got his foot there on the bottom rope strand for a clean break, does he have enough what it takes? Can the humble, hardworking, super creative, super talented mat wrestler, can he go all the way against someone who's so vicious, someone who's so violent, someone who's so fundamentally sound? Again, it sounds like we're blowing smoke reading off these litany of achievements and endorsements that Simon Gotch has received in his career, but it is for good reason. Look into the eyes of that man. Look at the ears of that man. It's all for a reason. The art of catch.
And look at Moriarty trying to get that leverage on Gotch, who gets the shoulder up. It's all about, when you get this hold on, it's all about making sure they feel the pressure in their knuckles, throwing them off balance. And speaking of balance, look at the way Gotch has Moriarty up, and he brings him down. He's going to try to lock in that Juji Katami, that cross arm breaker, but Moriarty's making sure he has a grip on that Gotch can't break.
I've been watching Gotch so closely through this entire tournament, and so many times I've seen when an opponent is striking Gotch, when an opponent is applying a hold or trying to catch a hold on Gotch, Gotch just has this look in his face. You could see the wheels turning. He can absorb the blow. He can absorb the pain of the submission. It just takes him a split second to think of the move he's going to do, how he is going to turn this around on you, and we're seeing it again right before our eyes in real time.
Oh my God, it's almost, he's got the beginning stages of what would be a Texas cloverleaf. And that puts a lot of pressure on the ankles, the same ankles and heels that have been worked over by Gotch throughout this tournament for him to get these victories.
It's so incredible that Daily Wrestling can bring together so many great wrestlers during such a troubled time in the world's history, can bring so many people together in a safe environment to create content for the whole world to see. Please follow at Daily Rest, W-R-E-S, on all social media platforms, and please check out patreon.com/Daily Wrestling.
And if you loved what we brought you with Match Madness, there's going to be more to come. There is wrestling news. Daily Rest has it all, and both these athletes have it all. Both of these men possess so much skill. Either one of these men.
Amazing. And I was going to say, Jake, everything you said, and it's just the idea of Gotch has already gotten to wrestle all over the world. Gotch already has the action figures and has been everywhere and done everything and is still doing it at this moment right now as he starts to work back on that heel again. But Lee Moriarty still wants to go all those places. Lee Moriarty, very young in his career, very much on the rise. A man who bet on himself, invested in himself, then doubled down on himself, and was able to strive and survive and claw and scratch and fight within the confines of the rules his way to the very near echelon, and that's why he's here in the finals.
Yeah, no.
Moriarty and Gotch, this is Daily Wrestling history.
Oh, and look at this. What a creative way for Simon Gotch to break that. And you were talking about the investment Lee Moriarty had in his career, and unlike AMC, it's a very worthwhile one for Moriarty, even though he's in a little bit of trouble right now.
You know, Lee Moriarty has what some call diamond hands. He's going to keep his hands in that mix for a long time. I don't see Moriarty going anywhere. And while he does have everything it takes to go all the way today, even if Moriarty can't get there, he loses nothing in the showing because he's demonstrating why many think he's the best, but he's in there with someone that many say is the best. A man endorsed by Josh Barnett, trained by Norman Smiley, Robbie Brookside, Daniel Bryan, Harley Race. Harley Race lived to hurt people. You know what I mean? And Gotch is keeping that tradition and art form of pain alive. Long before there was a hurt business, there was a legacy of guys like Harley Race and Brookside hurting a lot of people.
And look at that World of Sports style counter out of Lee Moriarty.
Love to see it.
Lee Moriarty now attacking the arm. He likes to use that reverse armbar. We've seen him use it in this tournament to get victories, but Grimm just used his bigger frame to ground Moriarty.
And that's another advantage that Gotch has. It's not just all the training and all the seasoning and the world travel and the world-class opponents and guidance and mentorship. It's that experience. It's hard to duplicate. And Moriarty giving it his all, but he's trapped. He's trapped.
One thing,
oh, God, the anguish.
Yeah. That twisted angle that he's wrenching down on the arm and shoulder there. The joints are in a lot of trouble, and I don't think some fans realize just the amount of cardio, how good your cardio has to be when it comes to mat wrestling. It might not look like a lot of movement, but you're always trying to battle another human, move them around. It takes a lot out of you. Your cardio has to be top notch, and both these men bring that to the game.
And speaking of the game, right back to the submission hold, but Moriarty able to turn it around very, very quickly, trying to work some feeling back into that wrist.
Yeah, and Gotch retreats to the outside.
Gotch. Something you don't often see Gotch do.
Well, he knows he doesn't want to make a mistake against Lee Moriarty because everyone else in this tournament has, and that's when we saw Moriarty capitalize on that, and that's how he's gotten his victories. He sees an opening and he takes it.
Moriarty with those knee pads repping that big Starks brand, letting the world know what Tiger Style is all about, but Tiger Style hasn't met its match with the submission expert, with the veteran of Bloodsport.
Yeah, are we going to find out if Tiger Style has met its match? Like you said, is Simon Gotch the Joe Exotic of taming Tiger Style?
We shall see, we shall see. And now Gotch fires that elbow in and now looks to be setting him up for an Irish whip, but Moriarty had it scouted.
Look at this, Moriarty. We keep talking about his mat prowess. He's got his technical prowess, all that. He's an amazing high flyer, too, when he needs to be.
Look at that incredible setup, just the way he was able to take the ankle and he turned it into a whole sequence, an offensive flurry, if you will. It's all Moriarty right now. Quick cover, 2. Only 2.
2 count only. Moriarty, I don't believe he thought he was going to get the victory there, but look at the way he's stomping and he's stepping on the fingers of Gotch, and he goes right back down, brings him over. Oh, it just rams him into the canvas. Now for Gotch, that's going to cause some trouble. He's not going to be able to grip the same as this match continues.
And you can tell Moriarty getting a bit pissed here at the way he's being manhandled, at the way he's being just harmed and hurt at the will of his opponent, all in the name of getting a victory. But Moriarty showing him what he's made of on the submission tip.
Yeah, you can only push somebody so far. That's the thing, before they snap.
And Moriarty's pushed so far to be here, and he's just pushed back into a quick pinfall attempt there by Gotch. Gotch just able to float right over, but Moriarty coming up with a counter here.
Look at Moriarty now. He's got that hammerlock tied in tight, and that just adds extra pressure, a little jolt to the elbow and wrist and shoulder of Simon Gotch when Moriarty did that.
Just a mat classic here. 2 of the best. One with a great attitude, call it Tiger Style, call it what you will. One who, it's not like there's a black cloud over him, but there's kind of like a black cloud over him. You know what I mean? And it's like about a pain thing. You can tell there's part of Simon Gotch that likes it a little bit. He likes to be hurting his opponent, maybe even a tiny bit more than winning. You know what I mean? I think he gets lost sometimes in that, in wanting to punish, wanting to get that respect the hard way. When I think Lee Moriarty respects him already, to be honest.
Oh yeah, he takes pride in other people's pain, and look at this, a rear naked choke by Simon Gotch. Lee Moriarty's got to figure out a way to escape, or he's got to reach the ropes here. He's trying to shift his body weight, able to do so. And
Moriarty trying to pick the better direction to go, opted to come back towards the ropes on the hard camera side, but didn't make it all the way there, and the grappling right back to it, man.
Yeah, there's that Juji Gatami. We saw Gotch go for it earlier in the match. And Lee Moriarty wanted to make sure he didn't get locked in that again.
Absolutely not. Every second in that hold, dangerously close to tearing those tendons.
Look, and once again, he storms down with those elbow strikes.
Gotch just relentless on the attack. He stays on the attack.
And that is what Gotch has built his career on, being relentless.
Thousands and thousands of holds in the Rolodex, but there's an out-of-nowhere pinfall attempt by Moriarty, but he's back into the corner with repeated kicks and strikes by Gotch.
You had to know, as this tournament was going on, Gotch was keeping his eye on what Moriarty was doing. He knew there was a possibility, a good chance, that this was going to be one of the men that he could meet in the finals. And here we are, finally. Match madness. It all led to this.
It could have been EC3. It could have been a lot of people. But the way the cards played out, obviously, EC3 had his opportunity to tangle with Lee Moriarty, and we saw what happened.
Yeah, he didn't want to deal with Lee Moriarty, and Lee Moriarty taking on now. Gotch just pumping the shoulder, the elbow, and Grim goes down. Simon Gotch just in pain, crumbled to the mat. You see he's trying to get some feeling back.
And Gotch may now be regretting the focusing on punishing his opponent and teaching him a lesson rather than trying to seize the victory as quickly as possible. Moriarty staying on that shoulder. Good strategy by the young upstart.
Yeah, it's what you got to do. You got to pick apart Simon Gotch, and look the way he's twisting him up. Not only is he prying back on the neck, he's got him locked up in a hammerlock with his leg, which is going to be more powerful than using your arm like it's usually done.
Absolutely, and it's very rare for Gotch to be in there with someone who's almost equally as adept. It's amazing for Moriarty to get so much unique seasoning, seemingly from tape study and etc. Because Moriarty, I know for a fact, hasn't been in there with Daniel Bryan and Harley Race and people of that ilk. But he almost had him right there.
Yeah, he almost caught him by surprise there. But look at the way he just shifted there, twisted his body, and got back control here over Moriarty. That's why Gotch is dangerous. All those lessons, all the times he sat under the learning tree of those men has made him the man he is today, whether we like it or not.
A literal wrestling encyclopedia of holds. Gotch knows how to do it all, and Gotch has all the tools to go all the way to take Match Madness home. And if he did, I don't know that anyone could ever wrest the crown from him, because one hell of a competitor, without a doubt. And look at those elbow strikes right into the ribs of Moriarty.
Yeah, when Gotch is in the ring with someone younger and he feels less experienced, he basically treats him like he's Kensuke Sasaki. He just doesn't care about others' well-being.
Without a doubt, and now you can see the focus. 15-minute mark, 45 minutes remain. 60-minute time limit. Match Madness. This is for all the marbles. 1, 2. It's amazing to think it's been 32 wrestlers in 31 days for one amazing production. Only from Daily Wrestling. Thanks to our friends at YouTube, it's not monetized in any other way, but exclusively on Patreon. Throw in a few bucks, get early access the same way Simon Gotch just got that bottom rope, ensuring the clean break from Tiger-style Lee Moriarty.
These two are just so great when it comes to technical skill. Oh, well, there was a headbutt. I don't know what's much technical about that, but it's very effective. They do little things in their matches that it seems like other wrestlers don't think to do when they have their opponent in their grasp.
And now both these guys feeling the effects of this war, but Moriarty feeling a bit froggy here.
Match is definitely intensifying.
Headbutt after headbutt right to the face, but then Gotch shocks his opponent by striking low in that abdomen. Oh, God.
Once again, storms down with another elbow strike.
Almost fracturing the orbital bone of Moriarty. Tiger Style may be out of it at this point.
Goes for that cover, but Tiger Style not out of it yet. Might not know where he's at or what he's doing at the moment, but instinctively at least able to get out of that pinning predicament.
Simon Gotch, just one sick bastard, standing on the toe and then kicking the knee the other way. Absolutely sick.
Gotta feel bad for Moriarty at that point. I mean, look at the way he just goes right back on the attack of the knee and the ankle.
I know I brought in a bunch of ice to use for my highball, but we might have to, I would be gladly let all the ice be appropriated for Lee Moriarty's knee in the back should he need it. Because good God. And it's that level. Some people would think about striking in the knee, but they would never think about the way of trapping the foot first to increase the unnatural bend. This guy is just truly a sick bastard. That's what Simon Gotch is.
Simon Gotch is absolutely a sick bastard. He showed that throughout the tournament. He's let everybody know exactly why he's here and what his motives are, and that's to strike fear in the people. And he's done that throughout the tournament, but I don't think Tiger Style is going to let him do that to him, no matter how violent, no matter how...
Moriarty desperately trying to escape, even just reaching back to grab at his assailant, if you will, his opponent in the final of Match Madness.
And look at this, Gotch now locking on his own version of a Muda lock here, getting that high bridge, twisting up the neck and face of Moriarty.
Trash talking him along the way. Can you imagine what horrible things Simon Gotch would say to you when he has you in that kind of position?
Well, clearly Moriarty didn't like it because he gets a grip of his own. Fish hooked Gotch and now applies his own version, but he can't keep a bridge going because of the damage that's been done to his leg.
Couldn't even keep his foot or place his foot underneath him but he had the presence of mind to not further damage the joint. Advantage Moriarty.
Back to a vertical base here. Gotch, though, pounding at the kidney. Oh! And what is Gotch going to do now?
Good Lord. Knee, brutal knee by Gotch. Follows it up with that forearm smash. Things are not looking good for Lee Moriarty.
Gotch, though, held on just so we could get a quick cover, but Moriarty able to not get put down just yet. I don't know how much more he can take, though, from Gotch.
Gotch reminds me of Jason from Friday the 13th. You know, he moves at the same speed. If you notice, Gotch isn't winded. He's not blown up in any way. He is just operating at the same methodical speed. And look at this. Back to the joint manipulation.
Yeah, as I mentioned, these guys are cardio machines. Fans may not realize it at home, but when you're getting down in the technical style, you need just as good as cardio as the fast-paced wrestlers because you're constantly having resistance against you from another body, just like that. Look at that. Whoa! Instead of Moriarty shifting himself in midair and plants Gotch.
And the constant state of flux. Moriarty able for a mere moment to get his weight on top of Gotch to start to fall into that pinning position. Gotch instantaneously escaping the pinfall even faster than the pinfall attempt could happen. And we're obviously here into the longest match in Match Madness history. And the fact that these guys have competed numerous times in the tournament, they all bear the internal scars and bruises of those beatings. And now here they are putting it all on the line, all the marbles, daily wrestling Match Madness. This is insane.
Well, as we know, tournaments are both physical and mental. It takes a physical toll on you, but mentally, oftentimes, that can be an issue. Oh, look at that kick. Oh, God.
Moriarty, God, just bouncing like a pinball off those ropes involuntarily, but suddenly Moriarty springs to life again. Tiger style lives, and it lives on in Lee Moriarty.
Look at Moriarty, though. Those strikes of his are dangerous, though. Gotch, though, able to lift the arm, not get kicked at it again, but look at that. What an uppercut. What a lifter.
And it's amazing, while Gotch is this living wrestling encyclopedia, look at Lee Moriarty. Moriarty has the knowledge of a whole new generation.
Hey, well, they got to constantly update encyclopedias, and Moriarty might have some information that Gotch hasn't learned yet.
The new twist, if you will, on the timeless style. Moriarty, an instant classic in this business, and he's in there right now battling for the richest prize in wrestling tournament history. Daily Wrestling's Match Madness. Jake Black, I am honored to be calling this show and to have been a part of this entire series with you.
Oh, he turned him. And only gets a two. He turned him in midair and planted him and wasn't able to put him away. We've seen Moriarty use that in this tournament. He thought he was going to get Gotch with it, but not able to.
And you could see the dejection in the face, in the body language of Lee Moriarty. Always moving upward, rarely has a negative vibe or tone about him, but you could sense his disappointment, and disappointment can be one of the hardest emotions to manage, especially in the heat of combat. Oh, God.
Enziguri by Gotch. Now he's ripcord. Oh, man, ripcord Yakuza kick.
Ooh.
Each strike from Gotch sets the field like, oh my God, exploder suplex. That could do it.
Sent Moriarty almost 3/4 of the way across the ring.
It looks like he's setting up for that heel hook. That's brought up so many victories in this tournament. Moriarty knew it was coming.
Wait a second, Moriarty. Not able to get the pin, but able to get on a submission attempt here.
Yeah, that reverse arm breaker he's used throughout this tournament.
You could see it better than the fans at home.
Look at Gotch trying to change his direction. He knows that trying to escape might be difficult, might be impossible. It is impossible.
He's what?
The Match Madness Tournament, Lee Moriarty!
I can't believe it, Jake Black. Out of nowhere, just like that, Lee Moriarty has gone all the way to the top of Match Madness.
I wouldn't call it an upset, but I'm going to say I'm a little bit surprised there. Moriarty able to trap and tap Simon Gotch to win Match Madness. He might not have been a favorite going into this tournament, but he became a favorite once people saw the type of style that Moriarty brings to this sport. And Simon Gotch, just the most recent victim of the bright future of Lee Moriarty.
Moriarty, as you stated, has an unlimited upside, and a victory over a competitor the level of Simon Gotch. Oh man, Simon Gotch, very disrespectful message to Moriarty, but Moriarty fired back, and that was beautiful.
Yeah, when you have bragging rights now, you're not going to let anybody disrespect you any longer.
Moriarty earned it. He did it by the book. He did it on his own terms. And he's a man you can stand behind as the first ever winner of Match Madness.
What's going on here?
On your
What?
epic victory in this tournament. Enjoy it. Enjoy the serotonin release from the Instagram likes, the dopamine from the Wikipedia update declaring you the winner. Enjoy the likes, the comments, the retweets, and the shares, because Moriarty, you're a winner. You won that tournament because I knew you were going to win that tournament. When I stood across from you in that ring, I looked you dead in the eyes and I saw a man with passion, a man with pride, a man destined for great things, and I was correct. But Moriarty, your narrative doesn't go through me. There is more to this than victories. There is more to this than accolades and titles. There is more to this than social media glorification. Moriarty, there is something worth fighting for. Do you know what that is? Consider me the Sherlock Holmes to you, Moriarty, as we play this game of cat and mouse. Because in this industry, there is more. There is control. There is freedom and purpose. So Moriarty, if you are truly a victor, I implore you to come into my narrative. Moriarty, you have been warned.
Wow.
EC3 sending a message warning Lee Moriarty. This is a moment of celebration for Moriarty. This isn't EC3's time to shine or send messages, Jake.
No, it's not. EC3 had his chance to win this tournament, but instead he walked out on a fight with Moriarty, and now it looks like he's calling the champion out.
Everybody wants a piece of the man at the top of the mountain, and the man on top of the mountain is Lee Moriarty.